Imagine building the largest retail empire in human history. Not from a Wall Street boardroom, not with venture capital, not in New York or Los Angeles, but from a tiny town in Arkansas that most people can't find on a map, starting with a single store that was literally failing when you bought it. Now imagine doing all of that by breaking every rule your industry told you was sacred. Sam Walton didn't just build Walmart. He rewired the DNA of American retail. He showed that ordinary people, given the right culture, the right incentives, and a boss who genuinely believed in them, could accomplish something that the smartest analysts on Wall Street declared impossible. Not once, not twice, but decade after decade after decade. This is the story of Sam Walton, made in America. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this book doesn't just belong on every entrepreneur's shelf, it belongs in their bones. Let's start where Sam starts, with money and what it actually means. In 1985, Forbes magazine named Sam Walton the richest man in America. Reporters flooded Bentonville, Arkansas, expecting to find a man surrounded by swimming pools and cigars. What they found instead was a guy driving an old pickup truck with bird dog cages in the back, getting his hair cut at the local barbershop, wearing a Walmart ball cap. Sam grew up during the Great Depression in Missouri and Oklahoma. His father had to repossess farms from families who had owned the land for generations. Sam watched that as a kid, and it left a mark. Not bitterness, just a permanent, bone-deep understanding that a dollar is earned, not given. As a child, he milked cows before school. He delivered newspapers. He raised and sold rabbits. His mother told him to always try to be the best at whatever he took on, and he took her completely literally. But here's the key insight from chapter 1, and it echoes through the entire book. Sam's relationship with money was never about accumulation. He genuinely didn't care about being rich. What he said was, if we have enough groceries, a nice place to live, room for my bird dogs, a place to play tennis, and the means to get the kids good educations, that's rich. What drove him was competition, the desire to be on top. And what he did with that drive is one of the most remarkable stories in American business history. After a brief stint at JCPenney, where his manager almost fired him for illegible handwriting and sloppy cash register work, and a few years in the Army, Sam Walton bought his first store in 1945. It was a Ben Franklin variety store in Newport, Arkansas, population 7,000. He paid $25,000 for it, $5,000 of his own savings, and $20,000 borrowed from his father-in-law. And when he got there, he discovered it was the worst deal in the franchise network. Highest rent as a percentage of sales, directly across the street from a competitor doing double the business. Most people would have cut their losses. Sam got competitive. He started visiting the competitor's store constantly, studying prices, watching displays, reverse engineering everything that was working. He bought panties directly from a New York agent for $2 a dozen instead of $2.50 through the franchise, priced them at 4 pairs for $1 instead of 3, and watched customers flood in. This is where Sam first discovered the core insight that would eventually become Walmart's philosophy. By cutting your price, you can boost volume so dramatically that total profit goes up, even though margin per item goes down. Buy it low, price it lower, sell a ton of it. He also brought in an ice cream machine, borrowed $1,800 from a bank to buy it, parked it on the sidewalk next to a popcorn machine, and turned that corner of Newport into a destination. Within 5 years, his store was the #1 Ben Franklin in a 6-state region. And then his landlord, who happened to own the department store down the street, refused to renew his lease. He wanted the store for his son. Sam had made the classic beginner's mistake: no renewal option in the lease. He called it the low point of his business life. He felt sick to his stomach, and then he picked himself up, took his $50,000 profit from the sale, and went looking for a new town. Sam and Helen landed in Bentonville, Arkansas, population 3,000, which Helen described as a sad-looking country town. Sam saw a fresh start. He opened Walton's 5 and Dime on August 1st, 1951. He got a 99-year lease this time. He converted it to self-service, one of only 3 self-service variety stores in the entire country at that point. He expanded, a second store in Fayetteville, then more, one partnership at a time, bringing managers in as limited partners, sharing small percentages of profits, so they had skin in the game. His brother Bud joined him. He bought an airplane to visit his growing chain of stores. By 1960, Sam Walton was the largest independent variety store operator in the United States. 15 stores, $1.4 million in annual sales. And he was bored. He could see the ceiling. That's when he started driving to every discount store he could find, from New England to California, studying a new concept that was quietly appending retail. In 1962, for companies opened discount chains. Kresge launched Kmart. Woolworth started Woolco. Dayton opened the first Target. And Sam Walton, the unknown operator from Bentonville, Arkansas, opened Walmart #1 in Rogers, Arkansas. He was 44 years old. The concept was simple: sell for less, always. Mark goods at cost plus 30%, no matter what the manufacturer's suggested retail price said. If he bought something for 50 cents, he charged 65 cents. Not a dollar, not 80 cents, 65 cents. His early stores were honest messes. Concrete floors, 8-foot ceilings, merchandise stacked to the rafters. Future Walmart CEO David Glass famously said the first store opening he ever attended, with a donkey in the parking lot, watermelons popping in the heat, and inventory tracked nowhere, was the worst retail store I had ever seen. But customers came, because the prices were real. Sam sent his managers to check competitor stores constantly. He had them take notes, report back, share ideas every Saturday morning at a meeting that would become legendary inside the company. He bought his first manager's roundtable dinner at a motel somewhere and started a culture of relentless self-critique and idea sharing that never stopped. And he kept going into towns smaller than 5,000 people, places where Kmart wouldn't go, where Gibson's wouldn't go, and found out there was far more business in small-town America than anyone had imagined. Sam Walton was not a perfect husband or father, and he knows it. He and Helen had 4 children: Rob, John, Jim, and Alice. And by every account, Helen raised them mostly on her own. Sam worked 6 days a week minimum. He visited stores on vacations. He was usually at the store by 4:30 a.m. But there are 2 things that stand out from this chapter. First, Helen was the one who insisted they live in a small town. That single demand, no city with more than 10,000 people, accidentally became the strategic foundation of Walmart's entire early expansion. If Sam had moved to a big city, there probably is no Walmart. Second, Sam involved his kids in the business early and honestly. They worked in the stores. They invested their paper route money. His son John once noted that between his paper route savings and Army pay, he invested in Sam's early store partnerships. That investment is worth about $40 million today. The family organized their finances as a partnership, Walton Enterprises, on the advice of Helen's father back in 1953. They put the children in as partners. Over the decades, the Walmart stock went into that partnership. It's why the family retained 38% of the company even as it went public, and why no hostile takeover ever worked. By the late 1960s, Sam had a problem. He had a collection of talented, tough store managers and almost no corporate infrastructure. 3 ladies and a pigeonhole filing system were handling the back office for 20-plus stores. So he started recruiting. He flew to IBM school in Poughkeepsie to learn about computers and scout talent. He joined discounters' trade associations and peppered every CEO he met with questions. He showed up at competitor headquarters unannounced. "Hi, I'm Sam Walton from Bentonville, Arkansas. I've got a few stores. I'd love to visit with Mr. So-and-so," and was often let in because nobody had heard of him yet. He hired Farold Arndt from Newberry's to bring organizational discipline. He hired Bob Thornton to build a distribution center. He recruited Ron Mayer for finance and systems. And he built the legendary Saturday morning meeting. Weekly, mandatory, brutally honest, where every mistake was examined, every good idea was celebrated, and everybody from store managers to buyers to executives was in the same room figuring out how to get better. One retail consultant who met Sam for the first time in 1967 recalled, "After 2.5 hours with him, I was totally drained. I wasn't sure what I just met, but I was sure we would hear more from him. By 1970, Sam had borrowed money from practically every bank in Arkansas and southern Missouri. He owed several $1,000,000 personally. He was tired of debt. On October 1st, 1970, Walmart went public on the over-the-counter market at $16.50 per share. The Walton family owned 61% after the offering. Here's what that looks like in hindsight. If you bought 100 shares at $16.50 per share, $1,650 total, and held through 9 2-for-1 stock splits, you'd have 51,200 shares worth roughly $3 million of the stock's peak price in the early 1990s. The annual stockholders' meetings became legendary. Camping trips, float trips down Sugar Creek, abandon your open bar policy. Sam wanted Wall Street to come to Arkansas and understand that this company was different. Disciplined, long-term, real. Most analysts wrote them off anyway. One famously called Walmart a threshold company that runs the risk of stumbling. She wasn't entirely wrong about the risks. She was just wrong about who was running it. The strategy that built Walmart is deceptively simple. Put good-sized discount stores in small towns that everyone else was ignoring, and saturate each market completely before moving to the next one. While Kmart leapfrogged from city to city across America, Walmart stayed within a day's drive of its distribution centers and filled in every county seat, every small town, every market within that ring. Then expanded the ring. Sam personally scouted real estate from his airplane. He'd bank the plane sideways and fly low over towns, checking traffic patterns, competitor locations, how the population was growing. He'd land, find a property owner, and try to negotiate a deal on the spot. By 1980, 276 stores, $1.2 billion in sales. And the cost structure the whole time was almost absurdly lean. 2% of sales to run the general office, including his own salary. No fancy headquarters, no corporate jets until they were past $40 billion in sales. Employees shared hotel rooms on business trips. 8 executives to a room in Chicago on buying trips. Every time Walmart spends $1 foolishly, Sam said, it comes right out of our customers' pockets. Here's the chapter that separates Sam Walton from almost every other executive in American business history. He admits, plainly, that in the early years he was cheap with his hourly workers. He paid them as little as he could get away with. He was focused entirely on profit margins and expansion. Helen was the one who first pointed out the contradiction. If the executives had profit sharing and the store clerks had nothing, the whole partnership was a lie. And Sam listened, really listened. In 1971, Walmart launched profit sharing for all associates, not just managers. Every eligible employee got a percentage of their wages, contributed to the plan annually, invested mostly in Walmart stock. Over decades, this created extraordinary outcomes. A truck driver who joined in 1972, after being promised $100,000 in profit sharing if he stayed 20 years, ended up with $707,000. An hourly associate who started at $1.65 an hour retired with $200,000. A 40-year-old general office employee had $475,000 in profit sharing and decided not to retire just yet. The philosophy was elegant. The way management treats associates is exactly how associates treat customers. Treat them like partners, and the whole flywheel spins. Total profit goes up, not down. Sam also launched a shrink incentive plan. If a store kept shoplifting below the company target, every associate in that store got a cash bonus. Walmart's shrinkage rate dropped to half the industry average. He started calling employees associates, not from a branding memo, from a trip to England where he saw a British retailer with Lewis Partnership in the sign and all employees listed as partners. The decision to commit ourselves to giving the associates more equitable treatment, Sam wrote, was without a doubt the single smartest move we ever made at Walmart. In 1974, Sam made what he later called the worst mistake of his leadership career. He tried to retire. He handed the CEO title to Ron Mayer, a brilliant finance and systems executive who had made himself indispensable. And then Sam couldn't actually leave. He kept showing up, keep second-guessing decisions, created two factions in the company: the old guard store managers behind Farrell Arend, the newer systems people behind Ron Mayer, and let them go to war. In June 1976, he called Ron Mayer in on a Saturday and told him he wanted to take the CEO title back. Mayer left. Then a wave of senior executives left with him. Wall Street called it the Saturday Night Massacre. Analysts wrote Walmart off entirely. And then Sam hired David Glass, the man who had once said Walmart's first store opening was the worst retail store I had ever seen. And Jack Shoemaker, a brilliant shoot-from-the-hip operator who had already been transforming their systems work. Sam's lesson: he was simply not built to retire. And when he stopped fighting that fact, Walmart exploded. Not many companies gather several hundred executives and managers every Saturday morning at 7:30 to talk about business. Even fewer would begin such a meeting by having their chairman call the hogs. The Walmart culture was deliberately, enthusiastically weird. Cheers led by the chairman. A persimmon seed spitting contest at a Saturday meeting where the company general counsel served as the official target. Executives in grass skirts. A gospel group called the Singing Truck Drivers. But beneath all the performance was something completely serious. Sam believed and proved that people work better when they're having fun. That breaking down hierarchy through shared silliness actually improves communication. That the unpredictability of Saturday morning meetings kept 400,000 people alert, engaged, and never bored. The culture had other dimensions. Sam was relentlessly opposed to flashy, personal spending by executives. When someone who had made a fortune on Walmart stock showed up with a mansion or a luxury car, Sam would rant about it at the next Saturday morning meeting. I just don't believe a big showy lifestyle is appropriate for anywhere, least of all here in Bentonville, where folks work hard for their money. He also pushed the company to hire women in management decades before it was industry standard, partly because Helen and Alice helped him see the light, as he put it. The entire philosophy of Walmart can be compressed into one sentence: the customer is the boss. Sam watched rural America transform after World War II. People moved to suburbs. Cars gave them options. McDonald's came to small towns. And small-town merchants, fat on a decade of no competition, kept doing exactly what they had always done: high prices, limited hours, indifferent service. Right up until Walmart arrived and offered everything they weren't. Sam was adamant on one point. When small-town stores closed because Walmart moved in, the blame fell on the stores, not Walmart. Somebody who'll close his store just because he hears competition's coming is somebody who must know he's not doing much of a job. He also pioneered a genuinely different relationship with vendors. In 1987, he sat down with Procter & Gamble, then an adversarial relationship, and proposed something radical. Share data, plan together, both serve the same customer. The P&G Walmart partnership became a model for the entire retail industry. And the 10-foot rule. Sam went on satellite television and asked every single associate to promise that whenever a customer came within 10 feet of them, they would make eye contact, smile, and greet them. From this day forward, I solemnly promise that every time a customer comes within 10 feet of me, I will smile, look him in the eye, and greet him. So help me, Sam. Sam didn't avoid competition. He ran toward it. When Kmart opened in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and was charging department store prices with no competitor to keep them honest, Sam sent Phil Green in with a mountain of Tide detergent and prices cut to the bone. He stole Kmart's customers. When Kmart retaliated in 1976 and 1977 by opening stores in Walmart's home territory, Jefferson City, Poplar Bluff, Fayetteville, Rogers, Walmart fought back store by store. One manager famously kept pricing Crest toothpaste down to 6 cents a tube to match Kmart until they both finally blinked. Sam also launched Sam's Club in 1983, borrowed wholesale club concept from Sol Price, who had started Price Club in 1976. Sam admitted openly that he'd copied the idea. Sam's Club grew to a $10 billion business with 217 stores in under a decade. He tried hypermarts, giant combination grocery and general merchandise stores, was disappointed, and pivoted to supercenters instead. He tried out discount drug, failed, moved on. Once he sees he's wrong, he just shakes it off and heads in another direction, said David Glass. The invisible engine behind Walmart's expansion was its distribution system, and it almost didn't work. Sam fought every technology investment for decades. He resisted distribution centers, resisted computers, resisted the satellite system that Jack Shoemaker and Glenn Habern eventually built at a cost of $24 million. But he kept signing the checks. By the early 1990s, Walmart had 20 distribution centers with 18 million square feet of warehouse space. Laser-guided conveyor belts handling 200,000 cases a day. A proprietary satellite system. The largest civilian data network in the world, bigger than AT&T's at the time. The gap from when stores placed computer orders to when merchandise arrived averaged 2 days, compared to 5 or more for competitors. The cost savings were decisive. Walmart spent less than 3% of sales to ship goods to stores, while competitors paid 4.5 to 5%. On equal retail prices, that gap was pure profit. Sam also built the private truck fleet, over 2,000 tractors and 11,000 trailers. And he made the drivers feel like partners, stopping at their break rooms at 4 a.m. with donuts to talk about what they were seeing in the stores. When Walmart hit $50 billion in sales, Sam Walton's obsession was still thinking small. He articulated 6 principles. Think one store at a time. Don't manage by aggregate. Know the specific store in Dothan, Alabama. Understand its competitive situation. Treat it as the center of the universe. Communicate constantly. Buyers in Bentonville were required to return calls from stores before calls from vendors and to respond by sundown. Keep your ear to the ground. Regional managers flew out every Monday morning, visited stores all week, and came back Thursday for the Friday merchandising meeting. The rule: bring back at least one idea that pays for the trip. Push responsibility down. The store within a store concept gave department heads real merchant authority, real profit and loss visibility, real ownership of their results. Force ideas to bubble up. The VPI, volume producing item, contest let any associate from department manager level up champion an item, build a display, drive the volume, win recognition. Ideas came from the floor constantly. Stay lean, fight bureaucracy. The general office expense ratio stayed under 2% of sales from 5 stores to 2,000 stores. Sam hated layers. He hated empire building. If a position wasn't directly serving the customer or supporting those who did, he questioned whether it needed to exist. Sam Walton argued, with considerable passion, that Walmart itself was an act of giving something back. Over a decade, he estimated Walmart saved its customers $13 billion versus what they would have paid elsewhere. That $13 billion is a product of a free market system that allows us to operate efficiently. And it's the reason our customers love us. He also launched the Bring It Home to the USA program in 1985, working with American manufacturers who could compete on price if Walmart committed to large advance orders. He estimated this created or saved nearly 100,000 American manufacturing jobs. The Walton family funded scholarships for Central American students, associate children scholarships, hospital and medical research, arts programs, conservation causes, and early education initiatives. Sam was dying when he wrote the book, and he was most worried about American education. We have to start at the preschool level and develop ways to change the environment for children so they have a chance to stay in school. He said the proceeds from the book would go to the New American School Corporation, a Bush-era initiative to develop break-the-mold schools. This is the chapter people quote most. Sam's 10 rules for building a business. Rule 1. Commit. Bring more passion to your work than anyone around you. Passion is contagious like a fever. Rule 2. Share profits. Treat associates as partners. Give them ownership. It's the single best thing we ever did. Rule 3. Motivate constantly. Money alone isn't enough. Keep it interesting. Set goals. Keep score. Keep people guessing. Rule 4. Communicate everything. The more people know, the more they care. Information is power. Share it. Rule 5. Appreciate. A few well-timed, sincere words of praise are absolutely free and worth a fortune. Rule 6. Celebrate successes. Find humor in failures. Don't take yourself too seriously. If all else fails, put on a costume. Rule 7. Listen to everyone. The people on the front lines, the ones talking to customers, are the only ones who know what's really happening. Rule 8. Exceed expectations. Satisfaction guaranteed. 2 words that made all the difference. Rule 9. Control expenses better than your competition. Efficiency is your most reliable competitive advantage. Rule 10. Swim upstream. Go the other way. Ignore conventional wisdom. A town of less than 50,000 cannot support a discount store for very long. That's what they told him. Over and over. Sam Walton finished this book while dying of bone cancer. He knew it. He wrote it anyway. He'd received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States, in March 1992. President Bush flew to Bentonville to give it to him. Sam was wheeled onto the stage in a wheelchair, surrounded by hundreds of his Walmart associates who gave him one of the most enthusiastic Walmart cheers in company history. He died on April 5th, 1992, 3 weeks later. He was 74. He asked, in these final pages, the honest question, was it worth it? All the time away from family? All the relentless drive? His answer was yes, with full awareness of the trade-offs. I'm absolutely convinced that the only way we can improve one another's quality of life is through what we call free enterprise, practiced correctly and morally. And I really believe there haven't been many companies that have done the things we've done at Walmart. He didn't build Walmart to become the richest man in America. That outcome surprised him. He built it because he genuinely loved retail, the competition, the merchandise, the customers, the problem-solving, the people. He was doing what he loved, and he wanted to get better at it every single day until the day he couldn't. The presidential citation read, "An American original, Sam Walton embodies the entrepreneurial spirit and epitomizes the American dream." Here's what I want you to take away from this book. Sam Walton was not a genius with a secret formula. He was a relentlessly curious, embarrassingly hardworking, genuinely humble man who learned from everyone, borrowed every good idea he could find, built a culture that made people feel like owners, and never, not once in 47 years, stopped trying to get better. The biggest competitor he faced wasn't Kmart. It wasn't Target. It was complacency. And he defeated it every single day. If you run a business or want to, the 10 rules in this book aren't just Walmart's rules. They're a framework for building anything worth building. If you found value in this summary, subscribe to the channel and check out our other book summaries. There's always something new in the library. I'll see you in the next one.